ILUMSA Illuminates is a special production from the editorial team which aims to put faces and attributes to excellent Ilumsites and inspire viewers to reach their academic, political and entrepreneurship. My name is Farida and co-anchoring this pilot session with me is
Today with us on our premiere session we have Alabi Princess. So nice to have you here. So almost everyone knows Alabi Princess. So can you tell us one or two things that we do not know about Alabi Princess?
Okay. Thank you, John, and thank you for that. It's so nice to be here. I'm not sure what you guys don't know. Okay. Maybe you don't know I like to take ice cream a lot. Then I like to play table tennis a lot. And very importantly, I'm an only girl with 4 brothers.
Oh.
So I think that's basically.
Okay.
So let's jump into the next thing. You've become one of the most influential Ilumsites and you even have an award that Can you tell us when you won this particular award?
Okay, I think that was 2019, the last ILUMSA dinner we held in 2019.
So what does influence mean to you and what would you say it means to influence people?
Okay, I wouldn't say it. As for me, it didn't start out as influence. Like, okay, I'm trying to influence people. I think it came as a byproduct of my service and commitment to all the things I do, to ILUMSA activities and other activities. That I realized that as time went on, people were open to listening to my ideas, my suggestions, my opinions, and so that was how the influence came about. So it wasn't something that I was targeted at. That, okay, I'm trying to influence people. It just came as a byproduct from my services. And I think something very important I've learned over time is relationship. You can't influence people you don't have good relationship with. People where you can't sustain relationship with. So people won't listen to someone that they see and then you just look down on them. You don't gist or talk nice. Yeah, you don't try to engage them. So I think that's just basically.
Okay, so basically you've been there and you've done that. You have a lot of leadership and volunteerism experiences. So I'd like to know, how has all of these experiences, how has it shaped you into who you are and what you are today?
Okay. To answer that, I like to recall something. There's something I always tell my friends, my girls. I tell them that every position I've held, every office I've been privileged to hold, in ILUMSA and outside ILUMSA, I've not regretted any of it. I haven't regretted any step. Because for each position, for each office I held, in a way, they've added to my life. They've been able to help me see more. They've exposed me to more about like things I was caged to based on my background and other things. I've learned skills talking about how to relate with people, leadership skills, talking about competence, confidence, compassion, speaking skills, confidence, how to look good and know where you're dressed to, and other things. These are things they don't teach us in school. These are things you don't really. But then, as over time with experience and everything, I gained that a lot from each office. Coming from welfare secretary, oh yeah, I learned a lot about compassion. I learned a lot about this thing. Senate, when I was in Senate too, I learned a lot about confidence and competence, speaking well, and other things like that. So I can just say in a nutshell, they've made me become a better woman, a better person, to myself and to all the people around me this time.
Yeah, thank you. That's very inspiring. So your portfolio, like I read, like I researched because I had to. You started with awards and positions, current and previous ones. Which of them would you say was the most daunting, and which one would you say you value the most?
Okay, the most daunting. Okay, let me try to recall. I think the most challenging, the one that challenged me the most so far, is the Millennium Fellowship Campus Director. And the reason, you were a fair with them. And the reason was because the norm is that we have physical meetings, and God knows I love physical meetings because there's a way the human connection is better. But this time we had to do it online. So there were network issues, there were data issues, and then I was not able to get the feel of everything I needed, like to see these people and relate with them and get everything was just online. And online is never as interesting as physical. That's just the truth. So that was basically the most challenging. But the most valuable, okay, women in leadership. It was a 1-month course, and after which I was the class governor throughout the course, and then I was given the face of women in leadership. Okay, the reason I'll say this was the one I valued the most is because growing up as a child, there were a lot of cultural beliefs. As I said, I'm the only girl with 4 boys, a typical Yoruba family. So there were a lot of cultural beliefs in my head. Not like I was not active since I was young. Of course, I was active. boom bam, all those head girl stores.
You look like
I
it.
was active there, I was this and that. But then there was just this cultural part of me that where there's some steps I want to take. I remember that you're a girl, maybe this is meant to be for your brothers. You should be the one doing this at home. You should be the one I should step aside for them. So in a way it was retuning my way of seeing things. But after that course, it was like the doors that were shut, they opened. That voice I silenced because I realized that as a woman I had a lot of things. I realized my potentials that were there in me before, and I was limiting myself to because of me being a woman or me not feeling as if no, it's meant for men, princess, society will see it as this. But after that I felt like wow, it was like a revelation basically. So that's it.
That's very awesome. So you are into a lot of things apart from academics.
Okay.
I'd like to know all of these extracurricular activities. How have they affected your academics?
To the degree of God, they haven't affected my academics negatively. To the degree of God.
You've not failed any exams so far.
Thank God, I haven't failed any exam.
Scholar.
I think basically, I understood balance very early.
Okay.
From my 100 level days, thanks to the seniors I spoke to them, I understood balance very early. So I didn't struggle. My academic was not lacking. There was this thing then in 100 level, my classmates will know. There's this microchip I used to have, like a very small paper. But if you read it, I've summarized the whole topic inside it. So anywhere I'm going to, any ILUMSA event I'm doing this, I'm carrying my sticky notepad along with me. I'm reading it. So I learned balance. And then I think another thing is that the fact that I know, I'm consciously aware that I'm doing a lot of things outside school. Once it's time for academics, I put my best in it. I always make sure that I'm going full force. When it's time for exam period, people that are close to me, they know that when it's time for exam period, my head is fully in the game. So basically it helped me. It didn't make me relax. Instead it made me act even better because I know that I can't go home and the primary assignment I came to school, I couldn't achieve it. I understand it's good to learn all this and that, but then I was still sent to school to become a doctor. And if I've not done that, I think I've failed to an extent. So basically it had helped me, and balance is quite important. I've been able to achieve balance. Basically.
So, like in essence, you're saying you learned how to compartmentalize like different aspects of your life. Yeah, I'll come back to that later. So, when you came into this environment initially, were you always this very confident in your skills and your ability, or something you had to learn? And of course, with every learning process, there are doubts and there are uncertainties.
Okay. Like what I explained, not like I had low self-esteem, but then as confident as I was before I went through that women lecture, as confident as I was, there were times that I just felt I had to shut up. I had to keep quiet and watch other people speak. There were those times. But then as I progressed in my service, I realized that you can't just keep quiet and watch people speak for you. If you feel these are things you need to do, these are things someone has to point out to you, you don't have to wait for someone else. Do it. There's nothing there in being the first to do. There's nothing there in being the first person to point out. So yeah, there were probably those times, but I'm actually very glad that I've been able to level them down. There were actually those times growing up as a girl, as a leader, there were times that I just felt probably I was overdoing the thing, or maybe I was trespassing my place as a woman. But as time went on, in everything, I was able to like extract it and know that okay, this is it and this is that. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So we all know that ILUMSA has never had a female president. At least so far, we've not had any female president yet. So I'd like to know, in your daydreams and in your quiet imaginations at night, has it ever entered your mind the desire to be ILUMSA's first female president?
Okay. I wouldn't say a desire because every post is service. Service pushes me to whatever it is I want to do. So going up, like when I went for Senate, then I went for welfare, everything has just now I'm the merchandise committee chairwoman, everything has just been service pushing me that okay, now you have done this, you've achieved this level, there's that possibility you do well here too, and then I move into it. So yes, of course that occurred to me that probably I can go for that, but then till there's still time. So when the time comes, anything can happen. The possibility is open to them, so we don't know yet. So then, if service pushes us, then we do it.
Okay.
So that's basically keeping all your options open.
Yeah, I think
Like
that's
the politician that you are.
So you're obviously very busy with so many schedules. You have to juggle from here and here. So can you tell me how you manage, like how you're able to unwind after work? Because I know you're a full-time happy.
Okay. I have good friends. I have good friends. My girls are good babes. They help me unwind appropriately. Same with my guy, of course, my relationship.
Yeah.
But basically what I do, aside from cleaning, I take ice cream a lot. So when I feel there's that need to release the stress, I don't know, I find myself ice cream today. Aside that, I watch a lot of movies. Like I watch movies in my room whenever I have the time, and I know that Princess needs to calm down. I watch movies. Then I go out with my friends once in a while, just to go and have fun, gist a lot, dance, take funny pictures and videos that we never post, and things like that. So that's how I unwind basically. Just hell, they're nothing so serious, but I'm not a boring person, actually.
Okay, you certainly don't look like it. So, in our modern society, there are a lot of undercurrents of tension that characterize interaction in our modern society. A top cause of tension is religion, and another cause of tension is always there, just beneath the surface. Sometimes it breaks up, sometimes it just remains there. It's this issue of feminism. So I'll just like to hear from you. What is your take on feminism?
Yeah, for violence.
Okay, I would like to just say it straight and just put it out there. After I've read books on that, I've spoken to people, quite a lot of people on that. Now then you realize that what I've realized is that feminism means different things to different people.
Right.
So while you expect that the general dictionary meaning is equality between men and women, between both genders, you realize that the definition of equality to some people is still subjective. While some take equality as pity, some take it as being exaggerated. Some exaggerate the equality, some they reduce the equality, they undermine the equality. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, but generally, my take on it is that I feel women, they shouldn't be captured, they shouldn't be caged. Women should be allowed to do what they want to do. Me as a woman, it's something I'm happy I realized early. As a woman, you should be allowed to feel like, okay, I want to do this, I can do this, I want to run for this. You shouldn't be limited by the fact that you're a woman. If a man wants to run for this, a woman wants to run for this, they shouldn't be judged based on their biological makeup. It should be just based on efficiency, capacity, past experience, things like that. So when you say a man and a woman, you feel that, oh, based on their credentials, this man is the better person, give it to him. And if you feel it's the woman, please give it to her. Don't restrict them, don't make women feel like we are lesser than men. Same thing, we just want to, I like it that we achieve, and it's the same thing, I feel like everyone should understand that as a woman, the same right a man have, a woman should be able to have that in leadership. If she wants to run for leadership, don't make her feel like she's doing the wrong thing. Don't covet some particular things to particular people. Same thing, I feel there should be that balance that men or women or whatever you want to do. So far you feel you have the capacity, you're able to do it, just please do it. And people should not judge you based on your biological history. So that's my take on this basically.
Okay, I stand a well known queen. So seeing as you've been upward mobile in your career as a student, are we going to be seeing more of you in the political scene outside of medical school? Because we need a lot of female leaders and good ones.
Oh well, okay. I think some of my potentials is actually in politics and basically leadership. I realized that I am actually something I think I'm good at, something I know I can actually thrive in, something I'm thriving in currently. So yes, there's that possibility. But then we know that we plan, but as time goes on, something might come up that I'll be more interested in than that. But for now, it's actually something I have in mind. It's something I feel like, okay, after medical school, wherever I find myself, I still want to go for that political kind of thing, that leadership kind of thing. But as time goes on, who knows how my interest might change, or a better something or so comes up. So that's it's possible, but it's not definite.
Okay. Now, Dingo, let me get to the question that I believe everybody here would like to know, and everybody watching would like to know. So with your several work activities, your engagements, how are you able to marry this with your personal relationship? And please don't tell me about your friends, because you know what
Okay, you guys want to hear.
Yeah.
You want to hear
Everybody
inside
wants to
gist,
hear.
Everyone
inside
wants to
gist.
hear.
Okay, so there's this. Obviously, in every relationship, there are ups and downs. There are days where okay, things are okay, there are days that things are super jolly. So basically, with me and my spouse, okay, we're involved in quite a lot, but we have a place of understanding, and we support ourselves. I support him, he supports me fully, all in
You
for
see it
each
on the
other.
ILUMSA page.
We're all in for each other. But then we don't allow things that are not between both of us. We don't allow outside matters coming between us. Obviously, there are times that they might want to, but then there's still that place of understanding that our relationship was not built on some of those outside things. It was based on personal connection. So there's always that part that comes back to play when they are trying to. So everything we balance it quite well, and it's interesting for the fact that we are into things that are related to each other. So we understand ourselves. We gist about it. We talk about it. I'm saying something, he understands me. He's saying something, I understand him. He doesn't have to explain some background ideas to me. I get it. It's quite interesting. Very interesting.
Which is really awesome. So, I just want to thank you so much, Princess, for honoring our invitation to be part of
Thank
the
you.
first episode of ILUMSA Illuminates. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ilumsa.
You're welcome. This is the first in many of this series to come. This week we have interviewed Alabi Princess. Next week, who knows? How about you join us next week and see who will be interviewing? Stay tuned.
Thank you.